The old man buried himself in the fish trap to catch the fish thief. With a violent shaking, the fish trap flew straight into the sky. He was terrified. The basket flew higher and higher. He was getting farther and farther away from the ground. He wanted to jump, but he didn't dare. He went through the clouds in the fish trap, and at last, the fish trap sent him to the sky, and then it dumped the man and the fish out together, and then it was like a locator. He flew all the way back to the man's house. The man woke up in a daze to find that his fish had learned to walk. They were all walking towards the house. In order to find out what's going on, the man grabbed a stick and followed the fish to the house. The fish passes through all the obstacles and finally jumped into the white tiger's mouth. The man was shocked. The tiger also stopped playing the string. The man asked him why he stole his fish. The white tiger said he was the tiger god in heaven. Stealing his fish was his good fortune. The man was furious. The man couldn't take it anymore. He swung his stick and wanted to beat up the white tiger. White tiger plucked the strings. He pressed the pause button. When white tiger saw how brave he was, he said he'd give him a taste of glory and riches. But the white tiger told him the money belonged to a man named Roger. One day Roger will come back and give it back to him. Then he strummed the strings on his hand and sent the man back to his home. When the man woke up, the house that was in ruins became luxurious, and the rags on his body had become silk. The man couldn't believe it, ran to the side and opened the wardrobe. All kinds of high-end silk. The man touched them and they were real, so he went outdoors to see. The thatched cottage turned into a luxurious villa. The landlord asked him how he did it. The man looked disdainful. You can't tell a secret like this to outsiders. He ran back inside and started eating. It was the biggest breakfast he'd ever had. Looking at the vat of rice, the man was so happy. The jars were full of rice. That's what makes him feel so big. You have to drink the whole pot of tea. That's the only way to be worthy of the gold. From then on, men have lived a life of lying flat. On this day, the man had a dream. In the dream, a man named Roger came to the villa. He clanked the man out of the house and throws the man to the side, taking back his own fortune. The man tries to enter the house again, but Roger kicked him out of the house. Suddenly the man woke up from his dream. He remembered what White Tiger said. He was afraid that one day Roger would really come and take away the wealth. Looking at the mountains of stuff in his house, he couldn't be happy anymore. Until late at night, the man couldn't sleep. He just sat there all night. His greasy hair became a frizz. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. He thought it was Roger, but when he went outside, there was no one there. It was a bird pecking on the roof. The man was upset for 6 months, so he made a decision. If Roger came, he would kill him. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. He swung his stick and rushed to the door. He wanted to beat Roger to death with a stick, but he hit a lonesome. Suddenly there was the sound of a baby crying, and then a pacifier was thrown out. The man took a look. It was really a baby, but there was no one around. The man put the pacifier back. He found a note inside, but he couldn't read. He took the note to the landowner. The landlord said the baby's name was Roger, and told the man to take care of it. The man was paralyzed. His worst fears came true. The dream of being kicked out of his house. It scared the hell out of him. He grabbed the note and picked up the baby. He jumped into the boat. He did it all in one go, just to get the baby to the mountains. That way, the property would be ours. I'd been running for half a day. I finally came to a deep forest, pushed the baby into the bushes. Then he threw the note into the bushes. Perfect. But just as he was about to leave, suddenly it started to rain, and the sound of a baby crying, and the cries awakened the man's sympathy. When he got home, the man put a cap on the pacifier, and made a bottle out of it. He decided to adopt Roger, and so the days went by, and Roger grew up. As the decades went by, Roger had many children. The man was not thrown out, and lived a happy life because of it.